can I get every achievement in? The game starts with you completing your first few dives. Whilst doing this, you become familiar with the game mechanics and sort of the things that you need to look out for and do whilst underwater. Alongside this, you also start to become aware of the story and the mysteries that surround Dave the Diver. Once you get back to the surface, you'll speak to a bloke called Dr. Bacon. He will then start to tell you about how you can upgrade your equipment. You do this through using an app on your phone called iDiver. With the ability to unlock this, you'll then get the first achievement of the game called Better Equipment. While swimming around underwater, you'll be able to pick up items. These can consist of ropes, seashells, iron, glass, and all sorts of things. Some of these items can be used to craft guns. In Dave the Diver, you have your harpoon gun, which is your main weapon, which you can use unlimited amount of times whilst underwater. This is the main thing for catching fish. Alongside this though, you also have a gun slot. This is for doing more damage against potentially tougher creatures. You will still get the fish after, but the quality of the fish will be much less. When you've managed to pick up enough items whilst underwater to craft a weapon, and then craft it for the first time, you'll unlock the achievement Undersea Gunslinger. The other aspect to this game is selling sushi at Bancho's Sushi. The sushi that you're able to sell is based off the fish that you capture while swimming around. When you go to Bancho Sushi the first time through the story, you'll get the achievement Bancho Sushi is back. Don't worry, we'll be exploring this aspect of the game much more later on in this video. Unsurprisingly, in Dave the Diver, there are many sharks swimming around. Also, unexpectedly, these can do a lot of damage if you're not careful. They're also very valuable to catch too. This is because any dish that involves a shark in the sushi aspect of this game goes for a lot of money, so it can be very handy for upgrading gear and various other bits and bobs. These are the creatures that your gun is best used against. When you catch your first shark, you'll then unlock the achievement Angry Shark. The health bar in Dave the Diver is your oxygen. If you're not careful and paying attention, you can easily run out of oxygen if you're underwater for too long. Thankfully, you can find oxygen tanks scattered around which will boost your oxygen levels. Alongside this, if you take any damage from sharks, sharp objects or anything like that underwater, you'll also lose oxygen. This means that you can very easily get to zero oxygen quite quickly if you're not paying attention. When this happens for the first time, you'll get rescued and you'll unlock the achievement Saved Dave. When selling your sushi, you have options to pick many dishes. These all vary with the tastiness and also the cost impacting you. Obviously, the more expensive the dish, the more money you make, but the more tasty the dish, the more likely you are to gain followers. When you've then reached certain levels of tasty dishes that you've served and also followers, you're then able to upgrade Bancho Sushi. When you upgrade it, you're able to then serve more dishes, hire more staff, and all sorts of different bits. Alongside this, when you upgrade to bronze level, you also get the achievement Influencer. At the end of every service, you'll then get graded on how well you did. Your rating is based off the variety of dishes you served and then also whether or not everybody actually got their food. After this, depending on your score, you'll then get Artisan Flames. You can then use these flames to research more dishes and open up more variety for your menu. After you've researched 5 new dishes for Bancho Sushi, you'll then unlock the achievement Culinary Researcher. While swimming around, it's incredibly important to remember to keep picking up items. This is down to the fact that you'll always need these to continue to upgrade your weaponry. Some of the upgrades you can get make this game so much easier and also more enjoyable due to the variety of weapons that you can have. Once you've picked up your 100th item whilst underwater, you'll then unlock the achievement Scrap Metal Collector. One of the times that you go dive in, you'll hear a dolphin in distress. When you go over to see them, you'll then see that some pirates are harassing them. There's some rule in the world of Dave the Diver that you do not go after dolphins. Everything else is free game, but dolphins absolutely not. This means that you need to protect these dolphins and get rid of these pirates. Once you get rid of them and save these dolphins, you'll then unlock the achievement, New Undersea Friend. Eventually, you will have upgraded your gear to a level where you'll be able to enter the deep sea area. Obviously, this is just the deeper part of the ocean. Down here, you'll find new creatures and new areas to explore, as well as opening up more of the story of Dave the Diver. Alongside being able to learn new dishes, you're also able to enhance your current dishes. To be able to do this, you must have a certain amount of ingredients available for that dish. Using these extra ingredients, you're then able to enhance the dish, which will increase the tastiness as well as the value of the dish. This means it's very beneficial to be able to upgrade your gear, as you'll be able to earn a lot of money through this. Once you've done this for the 5th time, you'll then unlock Culinary Master. They'll get to a point in Dave the Diver where you've been swimming around for long enough, capturing as many fish as possible, that you'll then reach your 300th fish. Once you've done this, you'll then unlock the achievement, Predator of the Blue Hole. Whilst travelling around the depths of the ocean, you stumble across some sea people. Whilst talking to them, you then get attacked by a giant worm-like creature. It's now Dave's job to protect these sea people and take this creature down. The mechanics of this fight are pretty simple, just avoid his attacks and wait for his glowy little tail to shine. When this is then available to shoot, take it out with your upgraded gun and do as much damage as humanly possible. Once you've done this enough, it will take down the creature once and for all. With the creature taken down and the sea people saved, they agree to take you to their village. Now in the village, you're given a slight tour and taken to see the ruler of the village. With this being the case, you then unlock the achievement Undersea Civilization. With access to the Undersea village, we're then able to gain access to the Glacial passage. This is an area between the village and then the Glacial area. Obviously, as is Glacial, it's very, very cold, so Dave needs to do some upgrades to his suit to be able to go in here safely. Once you've upgraded the suit to be able to do this and then enter the Glacial passage for the first time, you will then unlock the achievement, A Dark and Cold Place. One of the best things about Dave the Diver, in my opinion, is that some of the story levels have different game mechanics that just seem to come out of complete nowhere. One of these is a level where you have to incorporate stealth. It gives off vibes of games maybe on like the PlayStation 2, where you have to hide behind certain things, time things perfectly, and then sneak past guards. It's really fun and mixes up the experience of this game a lot, and I think it really works. While sneaking around the guards, this is where there's the only missable achievement in this game. On the top floor, there are some rations that you find. You have to make sure that you eat these, because if you don't, you'll miss the achievement and not be able to get it at any other point. If you do eat the rations, you'll then get the achievement Ration Eater. Whilst in the underwater village, you can start to do some quests for some of the people that live there. By completing these quests, they'll then start to do things for you, such as opening shops and giving you items. There are also a few achievements that are linked to these quests as well. The first of these is helping out Gummo. Once you've given them a few items, they'll then open up the seaweed farm for you. This enables you to buy extra seeds and stuff that you can then use in your farm. Alongside this, you'll also unlock the achievement, The Seaweed is Growing. Next up is Mima. She's the owner of the local restaurant in this village. Once again, by helping her and completing a couple of quests, she'll then open up the restaurant to you. This will also unlock the achievement Dumplings in the Water. The final shop that you can get opened is Doer's Workshop. Once again, you just have to complete a couple of quests, and then once you've done this, you'll then be able to access the workshop. Here, you're able to get some extra gear and sell items as well. This will then also unlock the achievement Feeble Blacksmith. With Doer's Workshop open, you're then able to start selling items. This is handy as you get these sort of pearls that you can then use to buy other things in the village. Here you can basically sell anything, such as like the seashells that you've picked up and then other bits of tat that you found as well. I went a bit overboard here and just continued to sell basically everything that I could just to free up some space and also get as much money as possible. By doing this, I also unlocked the achievement Blacksmith Helper for selling 200 items at the workshop. Alongside your harpoon gun and your gun, you also have the ability to use melee attacks. I'm not too sure how efficient these are, but when you're getting attacked by quite a few fish at once, they are very, very handy. When you swim at night, you'll come across a swarm of fish that are very, very aggressive. They're very small and they'll just keep attacking you and attacking you. They don't do a lot of damage, but they can be quite annoying to deal with. This is where I worked out the best way to take these down is just by using your melee attack. By doing this, you'll take out quite a few in quick succession, which will also get you the achievement Mr. Melee for killing 20 fish with melee weapons. Eventually, after exploring the Glacial passage for long enough, you'll be able to get into the Glacial area. This is another massive area with plenty of creatures to explore and find. This also continues the story of Dave the Diver and will unlock you the achievement Achoo. In Dave the Diver, I think there are 8 different weapon types. These can range from scatter shotguns, just your standard rifle, to sniper rifles, and then grenade launchers. So there's quite a bit of variety, and they all have their benefits and drawbacks. The sniper rifle to me is one of the better weapons, as you can see exactly where you're firing from quite a distance. When you use it for long enough and take down 10 fish, you'll then unlock the achievement Dave the Sniper. As you explore the seas in Dave the Diver, you'll get the opportunity to take some photos. These can be of weird creatures, areas that look amazing, and just things that have lore related to the sea people. I think there's much more than 10 in the game, but if you're able to take 10 photos, you'll unlock the achievement Photographer. As you continue the grind to keep improving Bancho Sushi, eventually you'll get to the point where you've researched 30 new dishes. Once again, it's very important to continue to research as many dishes as it increases your profitability in the restaurant. Once you've hit 30 new dishes, you'll then unlock the achievement Artisan Flame. By continually enhancing your dishes, you'll then get to the point where you're able to upgrade Bancho Sushi to Platinum rank in Cookster. Again, this is important to do, as by doing this you increase the amount of people that will come to the restaurant on the night, increasing your profitability. You can then use this money to upgrade many things in the game. Alongside this, you'll then unlock the achievement, a Bancho Sushi Regular. As well as being able to craft guns, you're also able to enhance them as well. By enhancing them, you can increase the amount of damage they do, as well as give them special effects such as fire, electricity, or poison. This just makes them a lot stronger and a lot more efficient against some of the harder enemies to take down. This is especially the case when you start coming across some of the bosses in this game. Once you've enhanced your guns 3 times, you'll then unlock the achievement Arms Craftsman. Whilst exploring the depths of the ocean, you can find cat food. You might think, why is there cat food at the bottom of the ocean? And that is a very good question. You can then use this cat food to feed Momo at Bancho Sushi. Once you've fed Momo enough, you'll then discover that he's no longer in the restaurant. This is where you then go out and have a look to see where he's gone. This starts a little mini game where you have to stay out of Momo's sight, but also follow him. Eventually, after following Momo for long enough, you'll discover where he's gone. It turns out that he has himself a girlfriend and a kitten. After discovering Momo's secret and bringing them all back to the restaurant, you then unlock the achievement Momo's Secret. Throughout Dave the Diver, you'll get special guests that arrive at the restaurant. They'll request a specific dish that you have to serve. A lot of time, you'll then have to compete against someone else who's making a similar dish. This starts a Cooking Mama-esque little minigame. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you complete all of these little side missions. Once you've done this, you'll then be able to open up a branch restaurant. Here, you don't actually have to do the dinner service, but if you employ the right people, you can then get free money that basically comes in on the side. Alongside this benefit, you'll also get the achievement Manager. If you're lucky, whilst travelling around the Glacial area, you can find yourself a very mystical weapon. This is Mjolnir, otherwise known as Thor's hammer. It will be located stuck within ice, and if you hit the ice enough, you'll be able to use the weapon. Using Mjolnir, if you then go and catch a fish, you'll get the achievement God of Lightning. As mentioned earlier in the video, there are 8 different weapons within this game. To be able to craft any of these, you then have to go and get 3 blueprints of this weapon whilst you swim. You don't actually have to bring them back to the boat, but if you pick them up, it counts, which is quite handy. Pick up multiple blueprints per swims as well, which makes it much easier to get all of them. Alongside getting the guns, when you pick up the 3rd blueprint for the final gun, you'll also get the achievement Weapon Collector. At this point in the game, it's still incredibly important to keep raising your rank in Cookster. This is just down to the fact that the higher the rank, the more people that you can serve and the more money that you can make for these very expensive upgrades that you need to get. The difficulty here though is trying to get a dish that reaches the tasty level that you need. This means that you just have to keep enhancing dishes. I found the easiest way to do this was with hammerhead sharks. They always spawn when you go down in the day, so it means that you can always get one, and when you take them out, you'll get a good amount of ingredients from them. From here, you can then continually enhance the dish. Alongside the tasty level going up, it was also a very expensive dish, so it makes you a lot of money. Once you then reach the diamond rank in Cookster, you'll then unlock the achievement Cookster Influencer. As with most games, this game has a few bosses. Each of these have their own mechanics that differ from other enemies throughout the game. Eventually, playing through the story, you'll reach an area where you come across the final boss of the game. This is a giant lobster-looking thing called the Yowie. In this fight, you've been given some tech that allows you to swim quickly and continually fire bullets at this beast. This is handy as the beast is constantly firing stuff back at you, so you have to be able to dodge those whilst doing enough damage to kill it. Eventually, you'll get to the point where the device you're using enables you to fire a massive laser at this, doing an immense amount of damage. Eventually, you'll do enough damage to where the beast then gets stuck under some rubble. Then with the help of the sea people, you're finally able to take this beast out once and for all, using a light that shines through it and kills it instantly. This is then the final boss of the game, which gets you the achievement Creature Hunter for taking them all out. With the beast defeated and the sea people helped, this then brings the game to an end. From here, you'll then see a little cutscene that shows everyone living their best life, and then you'll come up to the final credits. Here, Dave seems to be in space and the credits are floating around him. Here, there's then a minigame where you can shoot all of the names around you. There are 30 in total, and we'll come back to explore this a little bit later on, as this is linked to another achievement. When this is then finished, you'll then unlock the achievement, A Peaceful Blue Hole, for finishing the game. It's now time to mop up the final few achievements. On Dave's phone is an app called Glacial. If anyone can remember a Tamagotchi, it's basically this. You grow your little creature, keep it fed, look after it, whatever, and then it will continue to grow. It will then form into a specific creature. When you have then fully grown 5 of these creatures, you'll get the achievement Glacial Master. Annoyingly, this just popped kind of out the blue, so the footage for this isn't very exciting, sorry. With all this key business stuff going on, it's still important to remember to feed Momo. Alongside keeping the cat healthy and happy, you can also get an achievement for doing this. Once you've fed the cat 20 times, the achievement Catman will then unlock. In my opinion, the biggest grind in this game is this next achievement. This is leadership. To get this achievement, you have to train an employee to level 20. This sounds relatively easy and is pretty straightforward, but the grind is quite impressive. Anytime you want to level up an employee, it costs money, and obviously the more you do it, the more expensive it becomes. This means that by level 20, it costs around 100,000 to level up the employee. Obviously, this means that you then have to sell a lot of sushi to get this amount. Once again, this is why it's important to continually be enhancing your dishes and getting more extravagant ingredients. Eventually though, when you do this, you will then unlock the achievement. One aspect of the game that I haven't spoke about yet is the farm. Here you're able to grow crops and ingredients such as onions, wheat, and all that sort of jazz. Alongside this, you can also upgrade the farm so it becomes more automated and you can grow more things. There's then a couple achievements linked to this. The first of these is My Wonderful Rice Field for expanding the rice field to the maximum. My Wonderful Field for fully expanding the vegetable farm. And finally, Professional Farmer for installing sprinklers in the garden. Another set of side missions have you capturing fishmon. These are strange fish that seem to be slightly different from normal. This means that they'll look different, they have slightly different abilities, and some of them require you to do specific things to capture them. This will be using a specific type of weapon, or just finding them in a very strange place. All of this will be explained to you by the person giving you the mission at the beginning, so you have to be paying attention. When you finally catch your 5th of these creatures, you'll then unlock the achievement Strange Fish. Strangely, up to this point, I somehow didn't get probably the easiest achievement to get in this game. This is Shops Looking Good, and simply you just have to buy an interior item for the restaurant. While swimming through the Glacial passage, you'll see some murals on the wall. You're able to take pictures of these. Most of these you have to take pictures of in the main story. However, there are a couple that you need to go back later and then take pictures of. After taking a photo of all these murals and then returning to the boat, the achievement Sea People Historian will then pop. It's now time to move on to the final achievement. As mentioned earlier, this is us going back to the credits. This time we have to make sure that we wipe out all of the developer names on the credit screen. The first time I did this, I didn't realise that if you hold RT after firing your gun, you then fire about 3 or 4 times. This speeds up the process of taking out the names and makes it much easier to do in the very small amount of time that you have to do it. After taking out the final name, I then got the final achievement of the game, completing Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver is a really good game, and it's really enjoyable to play. It's calm and relaxing, and it's not very taxing, so just whacking it on for a couple of hours and just playing it is just good fun. That being said, getting all the achievements is a bit of a pain. This is down to the fact that the game's quite repetitive as it is anyway, and you've got to grind quite a lot to get all of the achievements. That being said, it's not awful, and it is still quite good fun, but I think that comes from the fact that it's quite easy, so it's not like you're having to do anything too difficult either. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's not played it, as it's got some humour to it, and it's just quite a charming game, really. If you've managed to reach this point in the video, I really appreciate it, and if you've got any recommendations on games I should play in the future, please let me know. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and like and share this video, as it does a massive favour for me. I will see you in the next video.